Join us as we explore a U-pick blackberry and blueberry farm in northeastern Chatham County. Then we will visit another farm in central Chatham County that sells pork and lamb products directly to the public. Have you thought about starting a backyard chicken flock? Richard Goforth, North Carolina Cooperative Extension Area Specialized Poultry Agent, explains some more details about starting a backyard chicken flock. Have you ever questioned those eggs in the fridge that you had forgotten about? Do you know how to tell if the egg is spoiled? We are going to learn a little trick that will answer your question. All of this is coming up next on Growing Chatham. I'm Tiffany Hancock, from North Carolina Cooperative Extension, Chatham County Center, and you're watching Growing Chatham. I have this handy app that I have downloaded to my phone called the Visit North Carolina Farms app. Having access to this app allows me to find locally grown food anywhere in North Carolina. Today we're going to explore Farrells Creek Farm, which you can find on the Visit North Carolina Farms app. Farrells Creek Farm welcomes visitors to pick blueberries and blackberries. We will also check out the beehives on the farm. Fresh honey is sold at Farrells Creek Farm, but it tends to sell out pretty quickly once the word gets out that a new batch of honey has been bottled. So let's head on out and visit Farrells Creek Farm, which is not too far from Jordan Lake.
Welcome to Farrells Creek Farm. I'm Paul Shaleski and this is Karen Reed Shaleski, and we're the farmers. We're a U-pick blueberry and blackberry operation. We started here in 2015.
We're located in Chatham County near the Wake County border, less than a mile from Jordan Lake and a short drive from Cary and Apex. When you come to the farm, you'll select the size of the basket that you'd like to pick to, and then go out into the fields and collect blackberries and blueberries that you think are just right for you. We have two major types of blackberries that we grow, Navajo and Arapaho varieties, which are thornless. The blackberries are ready for picking from mid-June through early July.
Our blueberry varieties include Climax, Premier, Tiff Blue, and Powder Blue. The blueberries are ready mid-June through mid-July.
We keep bees at the farm too. They make delicious honey and they assist us in pollinating the berry crops. We continue to add hives because people love our honey and we sell out as quickly as we can get it bottled. Our picking season is short. Check in with us and follow us at Farrells Creek Farm on Facebook and Instagram for updates on picking times and honey availability. We'd love to see you down at the farm. They're really getting good, I think. Ah, look at that.
If you are looking for an alternative place to purchase pork and lamb meat, then you don't have to go very far. Located in central Chatham County, Woodland Farms offers pork and lamb products. Woodland Farm sells at various farmers markets, or you can contact them directly to see what is available. Let's visit Woodland Farm to find out more about them.
Hello, farm friends. I'm Catherine Beckerdite of Woodland Farm. Woodland Farm is located on 44 acres of rolling hills in Pittsboro, North Carolina. We're near the confluence of the Rocky River and Beaumont Creek. It's about 15 minutes from both the Circle in Pittsboro and downtown Siler City. We're convenient to Chapel Hill, Durham, Raleigh, and the Piedmont Triad area. We bought the farm in 2018 and dabbled in a self-sufficient lifestyle. We keep a garden, we've got our horses, we've raised a few hogs for ourselves, and starting a farm business was the last thing on our minds. But then in March 2020, the COVID pandemic began, and really everything changed for everybody. With homegrown meat in our freezers and little or none in the stores, our vision of the farm began to change from a family homestead to small-scale meat production. We wanted everybody to eat the good stuff that we do. So we decided to raise meat as sustainably and naturally as possible. We decided on a single annual late summer crop of feeder pigs and year-round rotationally grazed hair sheep. With good management, these animals would not only produce high-quality lean meat for everybody around us, but could help regenerate the pasture grasses and maintain some healthy soils. So we offer a wide variety of pork cuts, ham and bratwurst, mild Italian sausage, breakfast, both bulk and link, because everybody likes it a different way, as well as smoked trotters and hocks and bones. I'm proud to say that our lamb cuts are halal certified, so we can serve a whole different kind of community and include bone-in and boneless leg steaks, ribs and loin chops, and kebab pieces and soup bones. Currently, we're offering on-farm sales by appointment only, so to check what we've got, please feel free to call me or text me. I can be reached at 984-254-3543, or you can email me at woodlandfarmnc@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. We're there as Woodland Farm NC. Or look us up by name at localharvest.org, got2benc.com, or on the Visit NC Farms app. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
You can find Farrells Creek Farm and Woodland Farm on the Visit North Carolina Farms app. For more information, you can visit ncfarmstoday.com or download the app from Google Play or the App Store by searching Visit NC Farms. Have you ever thought about raising your very own backyard chickens? Raising backyard chickens can be very rewarding, but you will also have some challenges that come along with it. Area Specialized Poultry Agent Richard Goforth shares with us some insights when starting backyard chickens.
Hi, welcome to Homegrown, and today we're going to talk about small flocks or backyard flocks. One of the key components of deciding when you have a small or backyard flock is determining what you want from that flock. Do you want eggs? Do you want meat? Do you want both? You may also be interested in companionship. You may be interested in having the chickens for pets. Before you commit to a smaller backyard flock, you need to think about the space requirements. How much do you have available? Then you need to look at what's allowed in your particular neighborhood or backyard community. Most of the cities and towns may have an ordinance or something restricting certain animals. Also keep in mind about HOA and covenant agreements in your actual neighborhood. Yeah, one of the key things about small backyard flocks, especially when you're producing eggs, is realize that, if you're getting into it to try to produce eggs cheaper than the grocery store, that's probably not going to happen and unrealistic. The eggs that are produced by the commercial growers, they have the economy of scale working for them, and they're using breeds that work better, typically more in enclosed settings, that are just going to produce more eggs on average than most breeds that work well in our small flock or backyard. But there are many other advantages like we talked about, such as having companionship, maybe teaching children life skills.
We know these chickens pretty well. We know behaviors from different ones and what that might mean. That's been a lot of fun. But just the satisfaction that the animal is healthy and thriving, and it's become part of the family.
I mean, there's certainly breeds that work better typically in backyard and small flock settings. Some of that's again based on whether you want to have just eggs or eggs and meat production. But there's also breeds that tend to be a little more tame and less active, tend to make a little less noise. They tend to have less fighting issues. So those are things you want to consider when choosing your breeds. The other big consideration for a lot of people is egg color. Egg color is determined by the breed of chicken that lays them.
So our chickens, and this has been a lot of fun. We have 4 different breeds. This one is from an Easter egger, it's called, and it could actually have been a pink egg or a green egg. They came out light blue, and so once they've laid the first egg, that color will always be its color.
So keep in mind when you're gathering eggs, it's key to try to gather them at least twice a day, usually preferably in the morning after the light's been on or the sun's come up for about an hour or so, because that's when the majority of the eggs are going to be laid. And then usually again at night before the birds go to sleep or go to roost, it's good to collect any remaining eggs, that way reducing the likelihood of predators coming in after the eggs. And it's good to get your eggs inside and stored so you can keep them clean and get them refrigerated and keep them cool so that they'll last longer and your egg quality and egg safety will be much better. When you're collecting your eggs, There's two trains of thought. That's either to wash the eggs and store them refrigerated or to unwash the eggs typically. Generally, at most small flock producers, we recommend that you try to not wash the eggs. Most of the time, if you do a good job of keeping your nest boxes clean, you have an adequate number of nest boxes for your hens, and you collect the eggs regularly, they'll be fairly clean. And if there's any debris or anything on them, a lot of times you can just remove that with a slight scrub of your fingernail or something like a soft kitchen scrub pad. Realize you are responsible for keeping the birds on your property.
And when they get out, they like to wander around. They'll dig into your vegetables, flower plants, or bulbs. They'll dig into the mulch around them and look for insects to eat. And
chickens can be an attractive nuisance sometimes to other animals, so keep that in mind as well. You may need to make sure your fencing or your coop design is strong enough to withstand those typical kind of animals. Be aware of those things as far as predators and concerns for your bird safety and for your own protection. For our safety of our animals and for biosecurity is the term that we like to use in protecting our flock. A couple of the key things growers can do is one is to have a dedicated pair of shoes or use something like these disposable boot covers. That way they can put those on, and if they track through any droppings or anything, they're not collecting that on their shoe and carrying it to other places or bringing it back home. That's particularly important if you decide to visit, the local feed store where other producers are going down that same aisle that you are picking up feed. So if you don't bring disease home, that's the #1 step in preventing disease to begin with. For small and backyard flock owners, in Extension we have several resources that we can make available to you. Talking about general care and bird health is a good way to know what's going on in the birding community.
Have you forgotten about the eggs in your refrigerator and wondered if they were edible or not? Let's find out how you can tell a good egg from a bad egg. It's been a beautiful day here on the farm, but now it's time to say goodbye. Don't forget to visit the Growing Chatham newsletter, where you can find these videos, plus more, and updates from our extension agents about what's coming up. You can access the newsletter by visiting go.ncsu.edu/growingchatham722. I'm Tiffany Hancock, and you've been watching Growing Chatham from North Carolina Cooperative Extension, Chatham County Center. I'll see you in August. Bye.